Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Wednesday, it is a little bit past noontime. That can only mean that it is time for some Generations Minecraft server, and today we are on the Generation 5 Survival World. We're back. It's been a very, very slow couple of weeks Minecrafting. I've hardly done any Minecrafting at all. Very, very little. In fact, well, let's log on. I'll show you. I'd like to welcome on in Cyclops, fellow co-streamer and collaborator. I believe his auto shout out is up there. You should be able to see it. We do have a bit of an event coming up. We're going to record it, I believe, this weekend if everything goes through. Cyclops, Alops, Pleasant Player, their friend group, myself, and then as far as, I know we'll be recording it. I don't think we'll be live streaming it though, but we'll be recording it at the very least. And then Pleasant Player and Cyclops Alops will do their magic with their editing and stuff and post a video. And I don't know when that will be, when you'll be able to see the finished product. But know that that is in the works. I'm always excited to collaborate with those two. They're incredible, incredible young people. Very hardworking. Super talented. All right. Also, it is the month of September. That means, since it is a new month, we have a new video redeem. It is up there for you to redeem. I am not going to show off the redeem until the end of the stream. Usually I'll preview it once at the beginning of the stream, and then halfway through I'll preview it again. There's nothing stopping any of you from doing it though, but I'm going to save it for the end of the stream, and if you know the redeem, then you'll see why. Anyways, Discord, like that. You can see the invite up there for our community Discord. If you're not already a member, please consider joining to keep up on all things Buffooncraft. In said Discord, there is a channel called Behind the Redeem. And whenever I make a new Redeem video, I always post a video there. And it explains the Redeem and gives a little bit of background on it because, you know, I am kind of old and my references may seem obscure to some of you in this century. Did they have movies back then? Talkies back then in the 1900s? Thunderhand? Yes, they did. But for family-friendly viewers, if some of the references come from some non-family friendly movies, which a number of them do, because I am an adult, right? But I always put the rating of the source up there, right? So there's a bit of a heads up before you go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's log on here. Tis nighttime. Let's do the sleeping thing, shall we? Executed flawlessly, which is rare for myself. There we go. Well, I hope you're all doing well so far at this point during the week. Let's go topside. Up on the roof. No. Yep. Okay. I guess I'm going to have to now build a little walkway across there since the roof has become the parking spot for the guests. There he is. Hey, dude. There's Gaston over there. Look at him. Okay. So we've not really done much on this at all since our last survival, Gen 5 survival stream. But we did work out a shape for the roof. One of the things I was a little concerned with, though, is that, you know, we have the diorite and we have the gray, the basalt with the nice emerald touches on it. And we have the jungle wood on the interior. I did want to do the copper for the roof. I have the oxidized copper up here. But, you know, even though I'm using the tough and I have the deep slate under it, it's just really more gray, isn't it? One of the ideas of using the copper was to bring in something a little bit different to the palette a little bit to cap it off, literally. So I was a little concerned when I logged on here today just to check out where I left off, that we've got just too much of the same color. But I will build a dome-like feature on top of this, and maybe a little bit on the two ends. And I think I'll make that out of a mixture of the shiny copper and the oxidized copper, but not quite so oxidized. Maybe just between here and here, with then the shiny polished copper. And I'll make some sort of tower up here like that. Just to mix in some different colors, right? So I'll probably do something like that. We still have to work out this transition into here, like that. We have to figure out something for that. But I think right now, since I have this side, the front, well, let's call it the oh wow, I didn't do, hold on a sec. Let's see if I installed this or not. Where would I find this? Thunder. I think it's something like ch_toggle, something like that. I forget what the command is that I think I installed the coordinates for the hub. I think I did that. Let me look up what that is. Is it trigger? Yeah, trigger. Trigger CH toggle, is that what it is? Triggered coordinates HUD, but I'm not seeing it, so I might not have it installed. That's weird. I thought I did. But anyways. All right. Note to self. Let's see here. All right, so I'm trying to designate front and back. I'll do east and west. So this is the east face of the Chamber of Commerce. We have the roof up there, so now we can just at least take what we already have and mirror it over to the west side of the roof. We can at least do that. That's pretty easy to do. Doesn't require a heck of a lot of thinking. And we'll circle around it first. We get that kind of a look. And then you can see where we have to mirror it over to the other side here. Gaston! All right, let me see. I guess I should load up on some more materials. And then we'll just mirror this side over to this side. Let's do that. Then you can see, even though we're covering this area up, we'll probably open this up and make the dome here. So, and it'll go right up through there. And it'll be a pretty simple dome. It should be. I won't promise that it'll be simple, but that is my intent. let's do a bit of this. Done. And then we'll do some deep slate tile slab, and I think we need to do this thusly, right? Yeah, okay. Now we should have plenty with which to work. Do I have the dirt? I think I do, right there. Good. Here's the guest doing. Look at you. Look at you, so cute. All right, let's do this. You can see where I started this, started mirroring it over already. Right there. Yeah, we can do this. This is pretty straightforward. Or at least it seems to be. Yeah, come on. Do the thing. Similarly here. We can go. No. I think it goes like that, right? Yeah, just like that. And then, you know, if I can get my hands to work. Okay, whatever, if you insist. What's going on? Huh? That's the bottom. There should be a... Yeah, please, just do the thing. All right? And you know what? Let's just continue these two all the way up. We have this. We have two more like that. I think what I need to do is, yeah, okay. Grow a brain that works. That would be so helpful. Okay, let's do that. And then this will do something, a little something like that. Right? And then like that. Next level. Some next level stuff, you know what I'm saying? I think I can just do that. No, hands. Behave thyself. Thineselves. That phrase had a whole different meaning 40 years ago. Let's... Yeah, for the moment, let's continue this over san, su, and then times 2 will be ba. So, yeah. Nice. All right, now I believe I did a little something like this just now. Oh, okay. I think this is all right. I don't see anything that's too far off, except maybe that. We're too vertically challenged to do that from there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're only 2 meters tall in this game. I hear baby zombie. Is he the one who's stuck in the boat down here? I think he is. Let's see. Right, we'll get topside and we'll concentrate on bringing that over. And we'll just do it row by row like this. I think that's the best way. Joe. So he, her, sons, Chiba, jump like that. And then similarly, yeah, like that. This is a very weird shape. This part, I believe, is a section of an ellipse, somewhat elliptical. And this may be similarly elliptical, just up on the posts, right? So can I reach those from down here? I might be able to. Let's see how this works. Like this, I think, right? I think it does that. Then we do have this. Can it reach? Can I reach there? I don't think so. It's too high up. Like that, perhaps? And then maybe like that. And also maybe like this. Okay, cool. Boom, shakalaka. Soon, coming to Buffooncraft, Gaston. Nova's running the tests on the server now. Of course, Nebula, being the awesome Minecrafter she is, already pointed out that if we do the 1.21.8 update, which is what I believe we're going to be switching to, somehow our gold farm is no longer going to work. Nova says he has a workaround for it. I've not even looked into that. I hadn't even considered that. Like I said, I haven't been really heavily Minecrafting the last few weeks. Do I need that there? No, I don't. That's the answer to that. Okay, we're good. This is really tedious building here. I mean, I know I do a lot of that. I have a rep for that now, I get it, but this is particularly so. Here, like that. Or is it more like, I think it's like that, right? I think that's what I'm doing there. Yes. What am I doing? Okay, I think we're going to have to switch things about a little bit. And maybe make a little turret stairway here. Hopefully Gaston will be okay with this. I think he will. Please don't like do something like suffocate yourself on the dirt. Oh, please, please, okay? I'm just saying. If you could not do that, that would be really cool. Okay, I think we have that kind of thing going on there. Good, 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 good. All right. Looks like we have established symmetry, everyone. Now, as far as this dirt down the middle here, we'll get rid of that soon enough. Yeah, do we need this? Probably not, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Yes. You know, I might take out the gray out of here, where I have the deep slate with the color. I might take that out. Because, and, you know, let's... Oh, you know what? I brought Marshmallow Boy over here for a reason. I'm just saying. That was a little risky, but... that's right. I need to go like this. To come up here and then go. Yeah, okay, I got it. Great. All right, my friend. Let's go for a spin. So, the idea here is, as I pointed out in the beginning of the stream, it just looks like I have a little bit too much of the gray color. I was kind of like trying to maintain that kind of structure up through here. That was my idea with the deep slate columns. I don't know, maybe it's time to depart from that. Maybe. Maybe I do a similar thing but with a different kind of material. I could do that. So instead of going with this deep slate to match these, maybe I'll use the tough there, and then instead of the dark tile in between, maybe I'll go with a lighter color. Maybe. I kind of reluctant to put glass there. I think glass might be kind of cool, but then I have merging glass with the stone and the slabs and stuff may cause issues. I think I could work something out for that, though, but... Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. And then if we go down to street level... The villagers are horrified. Terror from the skies! How are we so low on villagers? These guys are... Okay, well, we're not really. Alright. These guys are getting a little low over here, though. There's only 2 of them left. I usually like to keep a minimum of 4. See, that does look kind of cool. So the idea would be to make some sort of landing here, and then just to be able to fly in from either side. That's the idea. I think that's going to work out pretty darn cool. Okay. Let's go park our friend here. I love this place. This is my home right here. I do miss having little Kachi here, though. Kachi's a big dude now. He's not so interested in Minecraft anymore. All right, let's do the sleeping thing. But it's cool. We have those videos from back in the day. They're all archived up on the YouTube channel. Forget what that command is. Is it YouTube 2, maybe? Anyways, you have the Discord. If you go to the Discord, you can follow the link to our YouTube channel where we do archive all of our streams. And our streams go back, our stream archives go all the way back to 2020 when Kachi was only 8. And we do have some videos from before then where even Biggie was on there, and Biggie was a young guy on there too. So we do have some of that. Not a lot of those though. I did really start streaming in 2020, and those other videos from earlier are just recordings I made of gameplay. All right, let's do this. Let's get this next row into place down here. I think I'm okay here. Oh, we are missing it right here, aren't we? Let's, yeah. Thusly. And then I come on over to here. We need that one. Really? Huh. Let's see if I can get a scaffolding block on there somehow. Maybe I'll do that to start it. Oh, but that's wrong. That's what I'm looking for right there. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't help me scaffolding wise. Right. And then we have one jutting out like that. But for some reason, I think I didn't do this on the other side. So I have this 5-block pattern. I don't know why. Yeah, see, I think this is asymmetrical and not in a good way. I think we're good though. I think this is what I'm looking at mirrored over here. Yeah, okay, I should be fine. It's gonna be fine, everyone. It's gonna be fine. Like that. Okay, and then we have this pattern here, which needs to be brought over to here. This, and then we'll have this. Like that. Okay, looking good. Looking good. So let's do that. I've got a little bit to fill in here. So I can just do this and just do that. Okay, that's all looking well, but similarly, let's do that. Okay, good. Do this here. Okay, that's already in place. Great. Now that is those are the easier parts to mirror over. Now things are going to get a little tricky because I haven't quite worked this out here. I think the best way to do this would be to take this slice all the way across like this. So that kind of a thing, right? Then step up 1 and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have that. Maybe like that. That's what I'm trying to do. Maybe I'm trying to do something like this. Okay. We know that goes there. That should go there. And then temporarily, well, no, this could be permanently if I do this right. But that's a pretty big if. I think we're asking a lot there. I can do that and that. Okay, and then I think we're good here. Right? I think so. Okay, that looks all right. So that would be copying this slice over. Now we have this one. Or is this the one I just did? It's hard to tell. Oh, we could do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need 6. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm copying this one over now. All right. I mean, it does sort of follow the same pattern if I'm just... Got a chance to place that block, so let's do it. Maybe something like that. Again, pretty tedious work, but you know, it's got to be done. And, you know, once we get that side established, we can then mirror it over this way. Because that pattern is dihedral group 4, at the very least. probably higher. Okay, so this we have 1, 2. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. Like that. That one does that. Like this. This is probably going to just continue the pattern right across here. And then up 1, 3, and up 1. I guess we're gonna have to go do a little bit of sleeping. Like that. There we go. You know, as you know, I wanted this nice vaulted ceiling up here with this kind of a look and everything, but I do have to say it is darker up here than I would have liked it to be. And I think the color palette has quite a bit to do with it. So when we put the dome in here, we'll have to make sure that the dome brings in a lot of light and opens it up. And again, these walls might... we should probably come up with something better for those. Yeah, okay, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's establish the symmetry first. And then it goes up by 1 like that. And then it goes up by 1, and then it comes across 1, 2, 3 again. Okay. Like that. This does not seem right. So that's why there's 4. That's better. Okay, that's good, like that. Let us get down here. We will fill in the deep slate like that. Yeah, that's good. And now it's just a matter of repeating this on this side. How far did I go down before? At least one more. Here, right? Good. That's a good sign. Should I just do this from down here? Maybe. Yeah, like this maybe. And as usual, you know, I can just set this stuff in from the bottom like that, but not like that. Okay, this looks... Okay, I like it. Now, as I'm just doing some low brain copying in 2 axes, I am trying to think of what I'm going to do with the front of this. Okay, it looks like I have a little bit of moderation. It needs doing. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay. Next. I think what I usually do is do something like this, so I can then put in that next level, right? I mean, this is E, R, San, Si, U, Yo, right? So E, R, San, Si, U, Yo, right? And then we have 2 there, and E, R, San, we have 3 there. So 2 here, and then E, R, San. Right. Again, I could just get this in here from below. Okay. And then how about this? All right, so that gap will be filled in a little bit later, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'll take that place. Also, I think I wanted to do something with these and get rid of these. I'm not really sure. I think that was a note that I made. I think I should really only copy over to about that height right here. Right down to like this first pane of glass. Right down to there. So that's where I'll copy over because, like I said earlier, I don't really have that worked out yet right there. So... I think I want to do that. And then that means should something go right there? I think it should. Sun like that. And then it drops down 1 and drops down 1 more. Okay. Like this, it drops down 1 down to here. And then 1 more down to here. All right, this I think we'll do something like that. And then... and then like that. I think that is what the brain had intended. Not that, though. Please, hands, please. Yeah, something like that. I think it was doing that. I think that goes across like that. Although I feel like I'm missing one right here. Yeah, right here. So we got a little something going on right here. I'm thinking that goes like that. This does not go like that. I'm thinking this goes like... It does not go like that. Please, that goes like that. Okay, good. That was tough to manage for some reason. All right. I'm not seeing anything really that far off right now. Doesn't mean there isn't anything that's far off. It's just I'm not seeing it. All right, and I think this now goes all the way back to here. All right, like I said, I want to mirror right to this level here. And I think that means that there's... Is this not the same? Ah, it isn't. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, yeah, so we need to take these. All right, so I'll just collect that. I know, I'll get those in a moment. Let's do the sleeping thing. And the sleeping thing has been done. I'll just take that if you don't mind. And let's... I think I did this. Straight across there. And then this went straight across here. Like that. And then this did this like this. Okay. Now then, some of this we can probably just execute right from down here. Am I out yet? No. Okay, good. All right, and this should be a little faster, right? Sense it like that. Great. And then it has that on the bottom. But, well, I don't know, right? Is it doing that? Yeah, I think it is. Now this I may not do down quite that far down. I'm not entirely certain. But that seems to be what I had in mind over there. All right. Like that. Like that. There we go. Coolness. How are we doing for time? We have 6 minutes before we take an ad break. Okay, now here's where we can diverge a little bit. Let's continue this line all the way over. That should mean doing something like that, I think. Does that look right? He asked himself. I think it is. Except, for some reason, I don't think this is here. Although it should be, because we do have that block there. But maybe we can just rely on counting, right? So E, san, S, and then E, and then E, R. Okay, so we have E, san, S, E, R, like that. Okay, let's just stick with what we know here for the moment. I think we're good. And again, I think this stuff down here, we're not really entirely sure what we're going to do with that. Let's mimic this over to this. Let's mirror it over to the other side anyway. This can go here. Like that. And how did I do this over there? Did I do it? Yeah, I think it might. Well, no. Did I do that? No. Did I do that? No. Did I? I think this is what I need to do, like that. Sometimes, you know, it's weird, the distortions that happen with perspective of Minecraft. I think it is anyway. So sometimes it throws me off a little bit, like just then. Okay, that looks okay. Now the thing is, I'm thinking, over on this side, do I bring it down by one block, and then this side by one more block? I don't think I want to go any lower than like two of these high, right? I think that's, yeah, like this would be the bottom level. Yeah, I think this is as low as I want to go. So I'm thinking this next row, I would just carry this forward, something like that. And then somewhere along here, I would kick up. And then the same thing here. So we could maybe imagine a pillar here, like this. And then similarly, maybe a pillar here, and this is where it kicks up. So maybe doing something like that. Ever so slight problem, though. That means, what if... Well, now we've got this kind of weird shape happening here. And this is where things get a little weird, right? So, tell you what I'm going to do. See, that's carrying that down below that line, though, when I do that. And I'm not sure I want to do that. I kind of like this whole level right across here. So I know, oh, you're undoing all your work. I'll keep it preserved over on that side. Remember, it's a mirror image. Okay, so we have that kind of a thing, bringing this all the way over to here. And then bringing it this away. Just for the moment. Now, following this pattern, like I would like to bring the glass like down to this level now, and then over here bring it down to that level. But here means it's not ready to do that yet. And somewhere it's going to have to step down without moving forward or backward. And I think that's what's a little bit weird about this. So I think we're going to need some sort of feature to help us out with that. Like, for example, maybe this is where this needs to kick out. Well, that can't do that, clearly. That's just wrong. If I do, and let's just do a little experimentation here. Sometimes you just got to throw some blocks down and see what happens, right? All right, if I do this, this allows me to bring some glass down. But not quite in the way that I would like. Without changing this upper floor here. All right, let's sleep on it. The way I'm looking at this is I might have like two choices here. I could either bring it outward or I could start to bring it back inward. Inward, though, eats up floor space, so I don't want that. Outward means extending the floor out over this. And if it's one block, I could figure out something decorative to do there. But 2 blocks, that means this edge would come out twice as far. And we would be doing some weird kind of thing like this. This is where things get kind of messed up. So I'm thinking here, maybe I don't want to do anything quite like that there. Yeah, this is where things get messy. And then cue the rain. And I'm thinking I can't sleep it off, right? Okay, we are a little bit past time to take our 3-minute ad break, so I'm going to schedule that. Let's cue that up. Let's get to a cool spot first. And then we'll restart the playlist and we'll do all of that. Yeah, you can take a look here. I mean, it's kind of a cool shape. All right. Where's Gaston? There he is, like right there. That might not be such a bad thumbnail if I can get a good view of him in there. Dude, turn around, smile. There he is. Get those dirt stairs out from behind me. Anyways, I'm going to take a slight ad break, and then I'll be right back. Hey there, welcome back. Let's get this up to 6 feet here. The camera. All right, for now we are in standing mode. Here we go. Let's look back on. See if we can make any kind of progress at all on this. Gaston. And it's still raining on Mushroom Island Central. Let us do that. Again, I'm trying to figure out a way to resolve this kind of situation here. I'm thinking, what if I go outward and come back in some weird kind of shape? You know what we might try? How much glass do I have? 18 here? Let's just, work on something like this. Welcome on in, son. Biggie cheese. That's my main man right there. So this Saturday, the family's probably going to try to go down to get to downtown LA, and I guess the Shonen Jump store from Japan is going to open up a shop in downtown LA for a limited amount of time. And so we're actually going to venture into downtown LA. And see what we can get there for some merch and stuff. All right, so I'm wondering if we should do this kind of a thing? Because we do have a bit of a problem here. I mean, the rate at which the ceiling is growing outward, I think is exceeding the rate at which it is dropping. I think that's part of what the problem is here. The other thing is, we could do some column-like...
What?
Yes. Yes, Gary King. I'm back. Really? So what if we had... No, don't remove the glass and then put the glass in. By the way, the producer of that video, it is right up there. Biggity 18! So, I don't know, maybe something like that. We have some sort of feature like that, and maybe it will help us kind of merge things over, right? Now, this one doesn't have any kind of beams on the inside like this. It doesn't have that feature. So maybe this would just be something like, we need more glass. But then we have this feature that's kicking over here, and that's a little weird. But this is very promising. I feel it is anyway. What? This I'm not so sure about. I think I'm getting a good vibe off of this. And you know what? Kicking this whole thing out by one block to cap this out might not be that bad of a thing. Because what would we normally do? We would do something like this, right, to continue that over, and then we just need to come up with something to fill in this gap. But you know, I'm not really certain I want to do something like that. It's just like, you know, how do we resolve this gap here? Remove the offensive elements? Maybe. So, welcome on back, Psych. One of the other things we could do, and let's again employ the services of our good friend here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Can I? Do I have to be above him to climb on? I think I might, right? That is one thing that is a little, mounting these things is not simple. Oh, ow. Okay. So, I'm wondering. That's right. There's no down button. I'm wondering if we should just see. I like the idea of this curving downward, but it's causing problems. It's making life difficult for me. I do like that structure being there because there's more glass. I'm not really sure what to put in there for column material. Certainly not more copper. We've got enough of that. I don't want to go diorite because now it'll be opposite of that. And I certainly don't want to do basalt or something gray. So we may come up with some different kind of material there. I'm not really certain. But we need some sort of transitional block here. I know one thing that's not going to do is having that tile deep slate like that. Because I can't put anything in the gap between that and the glass. All right, let's tackle this. We've been trying to picture this from below. Let's try to tackle it from above. So let's park our friend over here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to do this like. Dude, why you gotta be like this? Okay, all right, there. Okay, good lord. Okay, we've been trying to tackle this from below. Let's see if we can get any better insight from above. Because I'm thinking, you know, I'm tempted just to bring the whole roof like right out to here. I mean, because I could. just do this kind of a thing. And then maybe something like that along the outside. Right? Where you know? Okay, so it's a bit messy on the inside. Yeah, and part of the problem is I can't split this block right here. Right? I can't have... I can't have, like, the tile deep slate there and then have, like, a piece of tuff, like, right there. So that doesn't work. I need a solid block up there. I mean, there is that kind of a thing, which is a weird thing to do. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we have quite a bit of moderation to do today. So, what to do here, right? Again, you know, I'm thinking I could go outward from here. It's just, this looks a little weird. You know, I could also do, like, suppose we just did this, right? Where am I here? Where are the... Suppose I did something like this, right? Where... Right? And then I did something like that to try to make the trans... But see, these won't connect up to the stair, and that causes a problem there. I am not pleased. The other thing is this could go here. You could do that, and then where these are, one could do something like this. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, it's not... And then maybe another stair piece right in there. But it's just... I don't know. If I put a stair here, then these pieces of glass won't connect up. But maybe this is a good spot to transition into a different material up above and just get rid of all of this altogether, right? And just get away from slabs and go right into blocks from here. Like drop down into blocks now. I mean, I'm tempted to carry this glass right across to here. And then this will step down to here, and then those, well, this won't step down at all over to there. Like, this doesn't look like a bad structure, but I can do this because it dips down a little bit sooner than that does. I don't know, maybe we just default to that. Like, what does this look like from the outside? Shape-wise, anyway. Not too bad. I should be on Gaston for this. I mean, that transition's a little wonky. This is hard to do. This is a hard shape. This is something I probably should have worked out in creative mode first. Because then I can just hover and place blocks and then see what it looks like, and then I can just take it from there, you know, and then copy it into here and just build it. But this is a weird shape to transition, into which one must transition. Again, should I just... how am I doing here? I have some of those. I need a little bit more. There's the deep slate tile slabs. Let's do this. Give ourselves, first of all, a little bit more room. There we go. Let's do this. Wow. Here we go. No, 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 and no. And no, not that now. And let's put that over there for right now. And that. I'll keep that in the inventory. Right, and let's go craft up some more of these. Okay. And I may do this aghast back. Because the idea is, as this comes down, it's going to move outward. And that's what the problem is. It's the rate at which this drops is not cool. So let's try something like this. Maybe that kind of way. All right, let's go with that for right now. And then, let me see, let's... That's not going to work that way. That will kind of work that way. I think that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Okay. So we do something like that, maybe. And you know what? Well, if I don't have that there as a transition block, that's going to cause problems with that over there. This is a really difficult shape. And usually I'm pretty good at this kind of stuff, too. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to need Gaston for this. So I can just be out there looking as I'm placing these blocks so I can get a good view of it. Come here, buddy. There we go. Come on. Come on down. Come on. You know, being above these guys to mount on them is really annoying. Also, you know, having to look down and press W in order to drop, to descend, is also really annoying. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not the coolest thing either. All right, see, now I can kind of look at this from not kind of, I can actually look at this from out here. And see, I'm thinking I just want this all the way across there and then one more level down to there. I just can't transition it well. Like, I don't want this here, right? I feel when I come out here that I have this kind of thing going on, right? You know, one of the things I could do too is not kick this part out. I mean, not recess that backward. I could bring that out this far, like. Okay, it's harder to break blocks when you're on the gas. And that I didn't know. But guess what, everyone? Okay, maybe... I mean, it takes some of the shape away from the roof. That kind of sucks. I mean, it's not really bad. It's just, I don't know. And then I would do the same with this part over here. Right? I would take... No. That, hands. That's what I'm trying to do. I would take this part here, and I would just extend it all the way over like that. And then... Okay, buddy, let me help you out here. Okay? And then... But see, we have that kind of thing going on. That's a little annoying. If I can get in on this side, right? like this. But I gotta tell you, I don't like it. Yeah, I really despise that. I gotta say, I really like continuing the columns with the pieces of glass in between. It's just merging that roof into that is, it just seems so difficult. Dude, can I fly you in here and you're going to be okay? Will you be okay? No suffocating? Do you promise? How about we do this? I mean, are you going to be all right in here? He's not. He's not going to fit in there. All right. Let's bring him around to this side. We'll park him. I mean, you can see we're already doing better than we had in the front. This looks atrocious now. That's right. Okay. I keep doing this backwards. All right. You would think that you would want to lash the lead onto the post first and then onto the gast, but no, it works opposite of that. Again, not really a deal breaker, but at the same time, it's a little counterintuitive. At least it is for me. All right. All right. There we go. Yeah, I'm really struggling with this. It's going to be one of those things where forcing this is not a good idea. So I'll tell you what. Let's leave this like it is first, because let's just spend the time working on something of which we are certain. I know I want to bring this level at least down to here, maybe. But I don't know. Let's leave that part open. But we know we don't want this. This is awful. So let's at least spend some time removing this. Yeah. At least we can make it look like we made some sort of progress. Yeah, let's do that. Right, and this is a bit of a nightmare over here. This turned out to be pretty ugly looking. Let's remove that. Of course, by just using the slabs, I am really limiting myself. The answer is probably going to come into... It's going to come from some other block. Like, one of the things that had crossed my mind was maybe something with trapdoors or, you know, some less obvious block. But I mean, see what happens when I cut it off at that level? See how suddenly it feels more open than all of this trash I had here before? this now? So I think you can see where I'm kind of going with this. Let us do a little bit of this. Okay, cool. I would like to have some areas of solid walls where there are solid walls. You know, this is their penthouse suite in the sky. I am going to be putting their beds up here. It would be nice if they had a little bit of privacy. You know what I mean? I mean, I want it to be open, but, you know, not too open. Let me see. I think I can do something like this, where this is not the most economical way of doing this, but I think it works. Yeah. Die goes back in there. Good. Okay, cool. And again, I don't know what I'm going to use for the column material, so we'll just stack some dirt there for right now. Right now, we're just trying to determine a shape, a decent looking shape there. So far, that looks really good shape-wise. I really like the columns with the glass. I like that a lot. Now, this area is going to be open so we can fly in and out of here. Or it might be some kind of door or landing pad or something. These, I think, should be closed. It's just, you know, how do you transition this kind of roof down to that and at the same time maintain this kind of pattern? You know, it's just not the easiest thing to do. And again, remember, there'll be a big old hole in the top of this right here. So there'll be that too. It's just transitioning this roof down to here. Not easy. Like, that looks really good right there. These two do not. Because here, you know, I can simply do this. And that's good. It's here, this is a bit of a problem. You know, I just wish, you know, I could have this under that. You know, that would solve everything. But Minecraft say no. The other thing would be to take the copper columns and these arches, copper columns, arches, that copper feature, and bring this across the roof, which is something I don't want to do. Um... No. That's not what I want. What is that kind of block that I'm looking for? Yeah, it's not that. I think what I'm looking for is... No. Come on, what types of... Okay. Wow, you can tell I haven't played Minecraft in a while. This is, I think, what I'm looking for. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Have I lost my mind? Really? Has something changed in the game? And I'm unaware of it. Alright, hold on. Hold on. There's chiseled tough bricks. And then there's what? Chiseled tough? Where are the tough slabs? Like this? Do I need to do... chiseled tough. That's what I was looking for. See? Not that. But that. That's what I was looking for. Brain, please. Please. So I'm wondering if this is what I should be doing. Let's do one section like this. It might still be a little too dark. Too dark. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get some more. Some more. Okay, here we go. What am I doing for time? I have 5 minutes to the end of the stream. And not really a lot of solutions. I will say, though, we have made some progress. I feel like we have. See, that doesn't help with this, though. So I'm wondering if this is where we just transition to blocks straight across. Like... for example... I mean, that works in a way. And then we just work out like something cut. But you know, what we're going to wind up doing is just bringing this across here like that. Just not sure that that's... You know, like I can now bring this pattern along the inside. Right, I'm thinking, do I do something like this now? I'm just thinking this is a super bad idea. But in a way, it does kind of help. You know, where we now bring this up and over like this. I just think it's the worst. I don't know. I just feel really bad about it. I mean, I kind of like the look of that. That's kind of cool. Let us try something like this. Fuck. No. Let me see. That would show from outside. Again, you know, I can't mix slabs. And that's causing a problem. And this would be a case where we would maybe do something like... No, not something like that. But... I don't know, is that just really dumb looking? I just don't think it helps us. I mean, this looks kind of cool, but then it, yeah. No. Please. I don't know, because it doesn't show from the outside, but it kind of covers the inside a little bit. I don't know. Then this would extend outward to a different rate. The stair kind of helps us out there, right? Like that. Yeah, and it just changes the rate of climb there, you know? But see, now we run into that kind of an issue right there. It's like, what do I do about that? Do I just kind of leave that like that? Yeah, it's just kind of weird, you know? I don't know. This looks like a mess. Yeah, you know, I think I've just picked a roof design that is just not cool. It's I mean, palette-wise, it's okay, I guess. Shape-wise, it's only... You know, I don't think this is going to be usable. I don't. But we are past the time for the stream to end. And, you know, we made sort of some progress. I don't know. Let's do this. Yeah, come here, buddy. Come on over here. Come here. Come on. Now, I thought if... Yeah, okay. I don't have to be directly above him. But you do have to press W and face downward if you want to go down. And that I don't like. That's still just annoying the heck out of me. All right. All right, so let's do an F5 here. A little bit like this. I think we want to go up some. And can I think I can drift. Okay, that's not bad for a thumbnail. I think I'll go with that. Right there. Let me adjust my camera though, so there we go. We'll use that for our thumbnail. You know what? I'm gonna have to, you know, figure out some shape for this roof. I'll work it out, and then yeah, then we can cap this thing off. Next time we're in Generation, we could start moving our villagers up. We'll do that. I just haven't been on a lot for the last week or so, and I really need to get that done. You know, I'm thinking we do some creative world stuff, creative mode stuff in the test world, and we get our shape down. looking at this from above, more like that, gives me some ideas. Yippers. I'm getting some ideas. Okay, but I'm at the end of the stream, so I'll have to try those ideas during the weekend and a little bit next week, and then maybe you won't have to wait until the Wednesday after that to see that. Maybe I'll post some pics on the Discord, all right? Especially, yeah, if I get it resolved. I'll get this resolved before the next generation stream so we can move on and make some progress and stuff, all right? Let us prepare a raid. So let's switch over to the camp scene. I'm going to log off here on the other scene. And let us see if there's anyone to whom we can raid out. Well, as I live and breathe, I was just chatting with this person last night. Genie is streaming again, and we have not been able to raid out to Genie for quite some time. Because Jeannie's been taking a break, but now it looks like she's back. So we're going to raid over to Genie. And since we're going to... did we... Camera, please. Can you not do the... the focus that you want to do, and can we do the focus I want to do instead? How's that? I guess that's okay. All right. I guess since we're going to raid out, would now would be a good time to preview our new redeem. Let me fire that up. There are oh so many redeems now. Here we are. Let's do that.
I have a radical idea. We'll cross the streams.
Excuse me, Egon. You said crossing the streams was bad. You're going to endanger us.
Not necessarily. There's definitely a very slim chance we'll survive.
So that scene from Ghostbusters and that dialogue is what I think of every time we're either doing a raid or somebody's raiding us. Don't cross the streams. We're going to cross the streams. There's a very slim chance we're going to survive. So let's set that up, shall we? There is the raid message in the chat. You can copy and paste that into the chat if you would like to join us along on this raid. And I always encourage the viewers to join us on the raids. Even if you can't stay for the entire stream, just drop in, say hi. And if you feel so inclined, drop a follow, maybe some subs. All right? Some bits. That would be really cool. Let us set up the raid itself. And there's an underscore in between the two parts of Genie's name. It's been a while, people. There it is. The raid is currently counting down for fellow buffoon and good friend, Cheska's Genie. Family-friendly viewers, just be advised, Genie's stream is recommended for mature audiences. There's some language and some shenanigans in there and stuff, but she is super, super cool. We have a lot of shared community. Chances are there are going to be people that you're going to know in there. So, also remember that we do this generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream shall be Friday. That will be from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. The stream after that should be... See, you've been lurking. Tone, hey, welcome on in, and hi, bye. At least join us with Cheska if you're not in there. She'll be really happy to see you. We should have a stream Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That should be Kachi time. We'll see what Kachi's up to. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. Join us again next time. We are raiding out to Genie now. Bye for now, everyone.